Alright, well, you guys always wanted to have a little bit more fun in the video, so here it goes. This video is brought to you by White Girls Incorporated. Not really. Alright, so today we're going to be graphing sine and cosine functions with horizontal shifts. Okay?
You need your notes, calculator, and some colored pencils. 3 of them to be exact.
Man, Cole, you're smart. So the steps to graph a sine and cosine functions with horizontal shifts added are this. Step 1 is to determine the amplitude, which is the absolute value of A. Step 2 is to determine the period, which is 2 pi over 4. My apologies, 2 pi over B. Then the increment is the period over 4. So to determine the horizontal shift, so the horizontal shift is going to be right or left, because horizontal is right or left for you who didn't know that. All right.
That's where x is the opposite of h. Here's h. Whatever h is, the opposite of it will be your left or right shift.
So you want to use the information from steps 1 through 4 to label the axes thoroughly and graph the functions using the transformations. So now let's find the amplitude, period, increment, horizontal shift, then graph the functions labeling the axes thoroughly.
Jeez, Mrs. Brendan, that seems like a lot of work.
Not really. It's really not.
Okay.
So the amplitude is going to be the absolute value of -2, which is equal to 2. And the period is going to be 2 pi over 2, or just pi.
What?
Just pi.
Oh. We're going to have some pie?
I wish. Okay, if you guys bring some pie to class tomorrow, I will give you extra credit.
Lemon meringue.
Or banana cream.
Or fudge, chocolate, anything like that?
But I mean, hey, if it's pie, you still get extra credit. Okay, so the increment is going to be the period, or pi over 4. The horizontal shift is going to be right. It's going to be right pi over 2. Or x is equal to pi over 2. Now let's start graphing here, but first we're going to grab a little different color for just to draw the graph here. Alright, so let's label the y and the x-axes.
Did I do that right?
Well, x is the midpoint, or the midline. X is the midline, so let's erase the x right there real quick.
Oh, okay.
Let's erase x and put midline.
How do we know that's the midline?
Because there's no vertical shifting. That's how we know it's the midline there. So let's do it in red. I like red.
Oh.
There's a lot of dots. Jeez, Cole, you're not very accurate with your dotting.
I know. I try.
So let's label it midline.
Alright, got the midline on there. Now we're going to do the amplitude. Blue.
Yeah, I like blue. Good choice, Cole. Good choice.
2 up. Not very good at these lines.
No, you're not. -2 points for your lineage.
I know. Some people just know how to draw straight lines. Down 2. Now we got it. Now what do we do?
Now let's put in the increments on there.
Okay, we got pi over 4. We got 2 pi over 4. We got 3 pi over 4. And we've got 4 pi over 4.
You know, let's put it on the other side. Let's do a negative pi over 4. And negative 2 pi over 4. Then we'll go negative 3 pi over 4. And negative 4 pi over 4.
Gotcha. Now we got to incorporate the last color, which is now going to be
green.
Green. Green.
AKA the second color of White Girl Incorporated.
Exactly.
Second color of, I'm not sure if you guys can see this real well, but White Girl Incorporated.
Okay, so we have to do a horizontal shift at pi over 2. Well, pi over 4 is 1/4 pi, and pi over 2 is 1/2 pi. So we need to go to 2 pi over 4. Yep, that reduces down to 1/2 pi. So there's 1/2 pi. That's what x equals. That's our horizontal shift. And we will not start at 0 anymore. We have to use our horizontal shift now to graph the rest of this graph.
Why not, Cole?
Well, because once we do the horizontal shift, it's got to be incorporated somehow. So we're going to go back here and get our black ink here. And what kind of graph do we have, Mrs. Brendan?
We have a sine.
I can't remember how that starts.
So it starts in the middle.
Middle. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's where it would be, I think.
So.
Okay, I'm going to go with that. I think you know what you're doing.
Yep.
And
now,
then I don't know what else to do.
We want to go downward.
Why?
Because it's flipped over the x-axis because of the negative. So it's a reflection of x.
The x-axis. So we're going to go down, back to the midpoint.
Wait, we need more points.
How many?
2.
Oh, that means we need more increments.
So let's put in 5 pi over 4. Let's put in 6 pi over 4.
All right.
Okay,
so
now we can continue the graph.
now we've got... Okay, now we got to continue doing the cycle on the left side. So we're going to go up high, down to midpoint. Don't forget that, guy. There's an increment there between pi over 4 and negative pi over 4. Down, back to the mid. Do I need to do more?
No?
No.
You
No.
are perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, kind of missed my points there.
Jeez. I want to make sure you hit the points every time.
Yeah. All right,
So.
there's 2 cycles. One cycle on the left of the horizontal and one cycle on the right of the horizontal shifting.
Now, since the graph is going to hit every single point on the x-axis, the domain is x such that x is equal to all reals, and since it only falls in between 2 and negative 2, y is going to be greater than or equal to negative 2 and less than or equal to 2. Okay, you guys got all that? Let's keep up here. Okay, we're going to go on to the second example now. So once again, you want to find the amplitude, period, increment, and horizontal shift, then graph the functions labeling the axes thoroughly.
Whoa,
Phew, that's
a lot of words.
Okay.
Where do we start?
So the amplitude is going to be the absolute value of 3, which is equal to 3. The period is going to be 2 pi over 1/2. What? Oh no! My gosh. How do we do this, people?
We don't divide by a fraction. We multiply by its reciprocal.
Handcole, you're smart.
I know. I might ace this thing.
Okay.
That gives me what?
Gives you 4 pi.
Yeah.
So the increment is going to be 4 pi over 4, but wait, the 4's cancel out, so you're just going to get pi.
Oh, there we go again. Talking about pi, making me hungry.
Once again, class, if you bring pi tomorrow, you get extra credit. So the horizontal shift is going to be left, and it's going to be a left pi, or x is equal to negative pi. Okay, so let's start graphing here. First, let's get the midline down there with another red. Do a couple horizontal lines. Maybe Cole can draw them a bit better.
Doesn't look very straight, Mrs. Brendan. Midline 0 again because I know why, Mrs. Brendan.
Why?
There's no vertical shifting.
You are correct, sir.
Woohoo! Now I'm gonna go and
Let's do a blue.
Yep. And I'm gonna go. Ooh, my amplitude is 3. So I'm gonna go up 3. There we go. I couldn't find it for a second there. So we're gonna go 3 up and 3 down.
Now let's label them as 3 and negative 3. Makes things a bit easier later on.
Okay. Now we gotta do probably some increments. So I can't do my horizontal shift unless I know where I'm shifting to.
Bingo.
Pi? 2 pi?
3 pi.
Oh, 4 pi's would be better.
Yeah, I like 4 pi's. Or negative pi and negative 2 pi.
Apple pie is good too.
That's so true. Negative 3 pi. Negative 4 pi. Alright, what's next? What's next, Cole?
I think horizontal, we need that green crayon. Or
Oh.
that green color.
Bingo, would have never caught that.
No. And we need to go left pi.
Okay, so let's mark the horizontal shift at negative pi.
There's my left pi. X equals negative pi.
Remember, you always want to be labeling these. I'll take points off if you don't.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm always getting points taken off for the stupidest thing.
Oh, yes, that's so true,
I
Cole.
know. All right, here we go. Now, we will not start at the y-axis. We are going to start at the horizontal shifting. So we need two cycles, one on the left, one on the right. And we're going to do cosine.
So you want to start all the way up at 3.
Okay.
Very tippy top of the amplitude.
And then we're going to go to the right, to the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Right to the middle, then right all the way down, then right all the way up, and all the way back to the tippy top. And that's my cycle because I'm back to where I started, right?
Yep, now let's connect the dots.
See if I can do a better job. I think it's the whistling. It just throws me off.
It's the whistle.
Okay, then I gotta go down. Oops.
Jeez.
Down.
Oh,
all the way down.
Speaking of whistling, there's some sirens outside.
Yeah, we got some cops coming. Oh.
And a fire truck.
Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like we're gonna need another
negative 5 pi.
Yeah. So then we're gonna go back up to the top here, and then we're gonna there we go.
All right.
Looks good. Looks pretty good. I'm sure you can draw it better on your paper than you can on that tablet.
Yeah.
It's not easy writing on this tablet.
Yeah. No, it's not. So domain is, since once again the graph is going to be hitting all the x's, it's going to be x such that x is equal to all reals.
Mm-hmm.
And the y is going to be y is greater than or equal to negative 3 and less than or equal to 3. And boom, there you have it. That's all you need.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay, there's our video.
Yeah, there's the video.
That wasn't difficult.
No, it wasn't.
That's pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
Only one left.
Just one, wow.
Second to last video.
Man, the year's going by fast.
I know.
Well, once again, guys, if you all bring pie tomorrow, you'll get extra credit. A little tip here. If you bring a Venti hazelnut white mocha, you will also get extra credit if you bring, especially if you bring it in the morning. No one likes coffee's not the best midday or late day.
No.
Personally.
Also, if you bring a Venti vanilla
bean. Yeah, Venti vanilla bean, that'll work. For even.
My best friend is here. What's up? It's Nick.
Also, if you want extra credit, I would recommend bringing a Venti caramel crunch frappuccino with 1 shot of espresso mixed in. I'm such a white girl. All right, that concludes the video. I'll see you guys all tomorrow in class.